Hey guys, I just got myself, once again, another gun. This is one I've been wanting for over a decade. It's called a Mare's Leg. This one is a 44 Magnum, and I got this extra long skirt to go with it, because as you'll see when I take it out, it sort of has a pistol grip. This is a very Western style firearm. On here, I don't know why, they say attention dealer, this is a handgun. It's written right there. And it's not. It's actually a rifle. It's sold in Canada as non-restricted, and it's a rifle platform. When you buy it, it even says rifle when you buy it, lever action rifle. So I don't know what the deal about that is, but I don't really care. It's not my problem. I'm able to buy it legally. That's all that matters. So that's that. So anyways, this here is made by Brastek or Rossi. They're come from Brazil, and looks like they manufacture to North America, it says. So let's get on with I guess the unboxing. So I've got two different kinds of rounds to start off with. Just some Federal 44 mags and Fusion 44 mag. You can buy this also in 45. When I bought it, I wanted a 45 originally, but I ended up getting the 44 because the rounds are a lot more accessible for 44 in my area, and also the more not customizable is the word, but more variety. I can get different kinds of rounds, different grains. There's more selection with the 44 as to 45. Of course, the 45 is a little bit bigger, but the 44 is, I mean, in my opinion, it's big enough. This thing, I mean, these are man stoppers if you ask me. It's just got this big honkin' hollow point of a round, and it's just huge. So I think it'll be fun. And sort of the interesting thing about this ammo is this Fusion round. It was cheaper for me, $33.99, but you go into the specs and your muzzle velocity is 1920. As to this stuff, which is $38.99, this one's $33.99, and your muzzle velocity here is 1230, and this one's 1290. So this is more powerful and yet cheaper. Just interesting. Basically the same size slug. So just something when buying ammo, I guess, you get more powerful stuff for cheaper if you get the right brand. So there we go. This extra stock here was $200, but he let it go for $150. It's got sort of a bluey sort of rainbow metal butt plate. I forget the name of it, but there's I think I want to call it matte finish. I could be wrong on that, but it's definitely the heat temper gives it sort of a rainbow effect. I could have bought the gun that was like that, but I ended up getting the blued because it just looked nicer in my opinion. So we're going to open this up now. I've already taken the gun out of the bag just to make it a little easier. The gun comes in a bag with silica gel, and I just took the gun out of the bag. That's all I did. I was showing a friend actually, so I ended up taking it out. Now it comes with these keys. I was reading the manual, and the keys say that you can lock it out somehow so you don't fire it. I don't know how to do that yet. They've got the key right there on the instructions, so I'll see if I can find that. My guess is somewhere near the hammer or something like that. So this here is the gun itself. We'll set it there. It's a pretty nice looking gun. Just take the tag off. It goes, see, receive and sell as a handgun. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't get it. But, anyway, all manufacturers are selling these as non-restricted. So, yeah, that part I just don't understand, but I'm not going to worry about it. I was able to buy this legally, so who cares? It says made in Brazil by Taurus. And, yeah, Brastek, LC, Miami, Florida. The way they word this shit, eh? I mean, They say made in Brazil, but for some reason Miami, Florida is written on it. I'm confused. But anyway, there you go. Rossi 44 mag says right there. So just a nice little lever action. You open it. Levers, of course, it's safe. I mean, I bought it. Never had a round in it yet. So it's got a real fat sort of lever grip part. Kind of makes things interesting. And I'm just quickly looking for the thing for the key. I just don't get it. I'll need to figure that out, that key. Anyway, I believe it's ready to shoot right now. It is. So it pulls back, and we just dry fired it. So, yeah, this basically pushes a button that pushes the firing pin, the hammer. It's on safe right now, and there it's on fire. So, I don't know, that's your safety. Sorry, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. There's a little lever right here, and it goes from safety to, it's on fire right there, and it's on safety. So that's basically all you've got. So it has something that goes in the cross check to protect your firing pin so the hammer doesn't actually hit it. You put it on fire, and now it actually dry fires. So there you go. So it's a real neat piece. Don't really know what much to say about it at the moment. I haven't actually shot it. I might give it a shot out in the backyard there. Just give it one crack just to try it out. So, as you can see, it's got the real short butt. It looks like a sawed-off rifle, basically, but they manufacture them like this. They're not sawed off, it's manufactured to this length. So you get this long skirt, it goes on, and as you can see, it extends it by about close to 6 inches, which makes it a little easier for your resting up against your shoulder and stuff like that. The way it's set up now, if I put this up against my shoulder, my face is really close to that hammer. I don't really feel safe shooting that. I think you'd hold it out, or hold it at your hip, the way these are designed. They're more of a cowboy sort of style gun, very stylized gun, I guess. It's not really like your effective, it's not your marksman rifle, let's just put it that way. These are for fast shooting, sort of show pony type shooting, if you're into cowboy type shooting. That's more what this is for. If you're into marksman, you probably don't want one of these. I want one for the nostalgia reasons. It's just, to me, there's nothing more western and more redneck than having one of these. That's just my own opinion. I really like coach guns and western stuff, and these sort of unique sort of firearms. This is just, in my opinion, they're kind of hard to find. I don't see them at the gun store all the time. I've seen them at Lever Arms and Island Outfitters, the two gun stores I often go to. Yeah, I've been wanting to get one of these for over a decade now, and I finally forked out the cash to pick one up. I paid $750 for the gun. I paid $150 for the stock. They wanted $200, but he let it go for $150. And of course my ammo. So I spent about $1,101 today. So that was my purchase, and I'm so far don't have buyer's regrets. I'll see if this thing shoots and how it shoots, I guess, accuracy and whatnot. I'm not really sure what the rifling's like in it. I haven't even checked that out. Maybe I'll do that right now. So, I don't know if you can see in there. I don't think you guys can because of the light, but I can look in there, and it looks really nice, actually. Looks really nice. It's nice, shiny. So, yeah, I think I'm going to perhaps go out and try this. So it comes with a tassel, and you can hook your sling up there. I'd recommend a 1-point hitch probably for this, or a 2-point hitch, but sorry, a 1-point hitch, or you get the 2-point hitch with the one clip. Depends on what style. I just think a 1-point hitch is all you'll need for this, and or you could get a leg holster type thing. In fact, I might even have one. We'll see. I made this a little while ago. sorry about that. So I made this holster. This is a little off topic. We're just going to see if it fits. If not, I'll have to manufacture something else very similar to this. So this one's for basically a pellet gun that I have, elongated pellet gun, or also very short shotgun. But I don't have a shotgun to go in at the moment because the one I had I gave back because it ended up being, well, let's just put it this way, the police changed the rules on it and made it prohibited. So I didn't want to have a prohibited gun, so I turned it in. So that fits kind of. I would build a new one actually. I'd make a new holster. I'd want it about 4 inches longer. But that's the basic idea of it. And you could wear this on your leg or something like that. But anyways, that doesn't fit so well, so I'm not going to use this one on there. But just as a basic idea, you know, you just take canvas, you fold it over a bunch, you stitch the shit out of it. And I lined it with black cloth for just protection's sake. And yeah, I did the design, whatever. And this one happens to have a throwing knife mounted onto it as well, which is optional. So just something a little extra for it. But there you go. So that there is a mare's leg. This is a 44 mag and lever action rifle. Alright, well, I'm just trying to get this sighted up so you can actually see me. So, we got this mare's leg here, and I'll move in a little closer, and if I shoot, you should be able to see it. That should work. Okay, so, first thing we're going to do is load this little sucker, and what I need to do now is figure out how. Okay, I get it. So I'm going to close that hammer. There we go. Put it on safe for my own safety. I got my shooting glasses here. Put them on, put my ear... Okay, I got my earmuffs on. So, I'm going to put 3 rounds in here. Two. Whoops. 3. So, I just load them in. They're in. So, I pull this back, as you see. Let's put one into the chamber. Now it's ready to fire. So move in close, take aim. Good thing the safety's on. Take aim. Missed. Take aim. Ha. There we go. 3 times lucky. So, shooting a little high, but as far as that goes, it works. I can't really complain. I'm happy. So I was able to hit it with, after the 3rd shot, 2 hit high, so I aimed a little lower, and we annihilated it. See if there's any tin around. Ah, here we go. Still 3 times lucky, and that's what happens to a tin can full of water, basically a coffee can. I'm going to pick up my empty casings I just dropped, the 3 44s, and Jesus, I really like this gun. Gives a bit of a wallop, but as far as accuracy goes, I mean, it really, the first time shooting it, I can't really complain. I figured that, you know, there's going to be some accuracy issue only because you got to adjust the sights. But when I aimed about, I'd say it was 2 inches underneath the target, that's when I annihilated it. So I'd probably want to move this up a little bit, and I think it'd be pretty good actually. So at a long distance, this would be a very accurate gun actually, as long as the bullet flies straight, because it's a short barrel. I'm a little, I really would like to know how accurate this is at far, but as you can see, I got up real close to that thing and just obliterated it. So I don't know. I do not have buyer's regrets whatsoever. I think it's a pretty sweet little buy. Yeah, I mean, took 3 shots with it, and yeah, it gives a lot of kick, but it's still manageable. So there you go. That's the mare's leg. Okay, so I found out how to lock it out, and basically the child safety or the lockout procedure on this rifle, which is quite new to me. Never actually seen this on a firearm before, which is pretty cool. So as you can see right here, there is a little groove. We'll just zoom in and let that. There you go. So as you can see, there's that little nub right there, and you can pull this hammer back. So what you do is you put your little key in there that comes with the gun. It comes with 2 of these, and so I'll do this with the other hand, maybe you can see better. That goes in there, and we just turn it all the way, and it won't turn anymore. It makes a little click noise. Now that gun is locked. You can't pull that hammer back at all. So instead of putting a trigger lock on it, you can just lock it out and leave it at that. And of course, don't lose the key or the gun. You'd have to get a new key made up or sent out to you. It does come with 2 keys, but just something to keep in mind. And that unlocks it. Of course, you could put a trigger lock on it and forget about that key option, but it's kind of cool. It's just another little safety feature that, honestly, I've never seen that on a firearm before, and I think it's kind of neat. A little overrated to some degree, but it's really good. I mean, you can always just not turn it if you don't want it, so I think it's pretty cool. So there you go, that's that key thing that I was talking about that I had to figure out. Anyway, that there's the mare's leg. You saw it fire, the unboxing, and basically the way it looks and all. It's a very solid little gun, no rattly pieces, no... the machining on it's, in my opinion, a masterpiece. They did a really good job on it. I mean, it's rugged looking, but I personally like that. It's not elegant like some of your lever actions are. So there you go. I hope that helps some of you if you guys are thinking about picking one of these up. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not trying to sell this gun, like I say. I'm just a gun enthusiast. I quite like these things and any kind of gun. And of course, if it's the more different it is, it's gonna. I don't know. I just find them sort of unique, and I like that. I go to gun stores and I get quite bored quite often because all the guns just look the same. I like things that are a little bit different. This gun, not only would it be a great practical bush gun, it's sort of a nice little conversation piece as well. And like I said, it brings on that nostalgia feel of sort of Western, you know. So there you go. That's the mare's leg.